Now, this is a great story of a very, very moral and amazing human being doing something extremely beneficial for society. It's not a virtue signal at all, I promise you. It says, Rainn Wilson changes name to Rainfall Heatwave Extreme Winter Wilson to protest climate change.
Now, I'm not sure it actually is the name you just said, because I saw a different one. I saw Rainfall Heatwave Rising Sea Levels Wilson.
Well, you know what I think? I think that these people are amazing human beings that are doing everything in their power to just save the planet and do great things for humanity.
His tweet says, join me at Arctic Base Camp in bringing attention to the melting issue. We need world leaders to take action at, I don't know what COP27 is. The Arctic is melting at millions of liters per second, yet this problem can't seem to make a name for itself, so we'll make a name for it. I don't know if he's actually committed to legally changing his name. He might have.
They say that in here that he does. He goes, with the help of my scientist friends at Arctic Base Camp, I've changed my name to Rainfall Heatwave Extreme Winter Wilson. Wilson said in a statement, "This is not a joke. I'm as serious as the melting Arctic, which amplifies global risks, including extreme weather events around the globe."
Oh, it also might be acid rain kills rainforest or kills trees. Wilson. I'm not sure what he actually settled on. Arctic Base Camp is just a nonprofit for climate scientists.
So, I have to ask. I'm just gonna ask.
Can we play this video where he's
Yes.
unveiling his name?
Yes.
Just so we can see which one he chose.
Hi there, I'm Rainn Wilson, or should I say rain, fall, heat wave, rising sea levels, and we have to do something about it now, Wilson. Sorry to be so dark, so quick. You see, what happens in the Arctic doesn't stay in the Arctic. As the polar caps melt, it drives up risks throughout the world, including extreme weather events that affect all of us. So, as a cheap little stunt to help save planet Earth, I've changed my name on Twitter, Instagram, and even on my fancy writing paper.
At least he admits that it's a
Acid
cheap
rain
stunt.
kills trees, Wilson.
You know?
Because I'm an Arctic risk name changer, which is going to be a game changer.
Oh, stop it there.
Mission.
I can't take it anymore. Look, firstly, my question is, how can someone who is naturally funny lose all sense of humor and like relatability so quickly and dramatically this way? And secondly, I'm asking, what can possess someone to be so convicted in an ideology that has no hope in it? No
solution.
Message of hope, no solution, no end point. Like, if you think about this in terms of a religious ideology,
Yeah.
or a philosophical movement even, there is no like eschatological end.
Yeah. There is
this.
well, this is, I mean, that's
Like-
kind of the crux of activism, right? Is there's never actually an endpoint because it becomes a self-defeating movement when
Like-
you actually solve your problem.
Where in this does Jesus come back?
Yes.
Like, I don't know if that's the right way to word it, but that's my genuine question. It's
Well-
like, what is actually going to solve this problem?
I like the idea
This
that-
is about him making himself the solution and the Messiah.
I like the idea that it ends when Obama buys another house on the beach. Like, that's how you know we've solved climate change, climate crisis. I like when Barack Obama finally buys his 5th house on a beach somewhere. That's when you know the climate crisis has been solved, because it means that you're signaled to be safe to go there, because 4 houses would just be, I mean, who could believe that? Anybody could buy a house on the beach when the climate's melting the polar ice caps.
Yeah, it shows a lot of faith in the next 10 years that the sea levels won't just take your house out.
I think we should bring back like ozone layer alarmism. Like we should start bringing aerosol cans everywhere and just start talking about the ozone layer.
I think it should be about like something more sympathetic, like the pandas, the polar bears.
I love pandas.
The tigers.
I know a lot of people don't like pandas.
Endangered species activism, maybe like genuine tree hugging would be cool. handcuffing yourself to things,
And speaking of which, okay.
gluing your hand to the Starbucks counter so that they'll make almond milk cost less.
Well, no, I'm over anything like that now, because now we've got those losers who are like throwing soup at old
I
masters.
think that's different than just like gluing yourself somewhere.
So we've got this article.
Like doing a sit-in.
I found this right before the end of the show. You know, Adam McKay, he directed Don't Look Up.
Yes.
He helps fund the group behind Art Van.
Just Stop Oil.
Just
yeah,
Stop
I've
Oil.
seen more of their stunts. They must have had a slate of things planned.
Well, I'm sure he donated a lot of money for that. So
Yeah.
it says, in an odd phrase, but one that rushes to mind in today's woke world. This is from Christian Toto on Hollywood and Toto. Think Mark Maron, Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, to name a few comedians who embrace the cancel culture ethos. Hollywood is mostly silent after the Sundance Screen documentary Jihad Rehab got canceled. Legendary filmmaker Walter Hill recently said that the woke revolution is the death of art. Well, I don't disagree with that, though. I think it just changes the art. So Adam McKay, who helmed Anchorman, Step Brothers, Don't Look Up, donated $4 million to Climate Emergency Fund just last month. Must be nice to have $4 million to donate to the fund. He joined the group's board following the donation. The Climate Emergency Fund is unique in their commitment to funding civil, nonviolent, disruptive activism. It is not nonviolent to ruin an old master. I'm sorry. It's not.
What do you mean by that?
I find it to be particularly heinous. Okay? You
mean specifically the Just Stop Oil stunt?
Yeah, the amount of, first of all,
Vandalism, you mean?
that type of vandalism is also. Did you see the ones the other day of like they were drilling holes in tires of trucks that are carrying milk because
Oh.
cows?
Yeah, no. I saw them spray painting orange spray paint all over like government buildings that said Just Stop Oil. But for the celebrities who are playing into this from the comfort of their homes with, you know,
remember the Kardashians
he's sitting here in his home office making a video with the least effort possible and self-aggrandizing for it.
Yeah.
And it just feels like if it's not genuine, this has got to be like some serious performance art. This guy is like fully drinking the Kool-Aid. That's what one of the quote tweets said. Another person said, always uncomfortable when someone's cheese has completely slid off of their cracker.
Yeah.
Another person just said, what? This is such a Dwight thing to do, LMAO.
People are saying he's trolling. Maybe it's true, but it says something about our society when you can't tell anymore when they're trolling or not. Because we are at a point of weird climate alarmism that's absolutely bonkers. And like you said, remember when Project Veritas released that video where it was like a CNN desk, a guy who worked at one of the main desks at CNN. He said, after the election, our next thing is going to be the climate. And then like the next day was when all the websites started adding tabs at the top of their websites that had something for climate change.
How about we generate our Arctic risk names?
Ooh.
Yeah, you can go to the link in his bio from his tweet. And then it'll go to it's at the top of his link tree. I'm about to type in my name. Okay.
Do it.
Let's see. Mary Collapsing Economies Morgan.
Oh my God.
Let's create another.
I'm doing mine. Do I just type my name?
Yeah. I want to see if I get a different one for you.
Brett suspended shipping Dasovic. What? What does that even mean?
It didn't work for me. Why isn't it working?
Trying again.
Brett Ruthless Rainn Dasovic.
Hey, all right.
I'm going to put in Dane font. Let's see.
Dane font?
Dane Sinking Coastlines
That's very boring.
font.
Dane.
Man, why does Rainn Wilson get such a good one? We get boring ones.
It didn't show me Dane's here. I got to go back.
It's kind of glitchy, too. Get your shit
Dane
together.
intensifying
Get
monsoons
your shit together,
font.
Arctic Risk.
Dane intensifying monsoons font. It's very boring.
Man, this website is lame.
All right. Thanks, Arctic Risk. But the point here, guys, is there is no end to Hollywood activism, or what I like to call slacktivism. And I also got one more thing here. If you want to talk about other things that are completely hollow and empty gestures, we have Sean Penn, who might actually top Rainn Wilson. Sean Penn gave an Oscar to Zelensky.
He was merely loaning his own Oscar to Zelensky.
Yes. Says the United States has given him $17.6 billion in aid so far. Great Britain has delivered 120 armored vehicles and anti-ship missile systems, and Germany has sent him $1.6 billion to support the effort. Notice how all the other countries are getting taxed way less than us. But none of these paltry stocking stuffers approaches the generosity or sheer enormity of what actor Sean Penn has done for Ukraine President Zelensky. He's loaned him his Oscar, guys. Oh, thank you.
He said, "This is for you. It's just a symbolic, silly thing. But if I know this is here with you, then I'll feel better and stronger for the fight.
Oh, shut up.
When you win, bring it back to Malibu." Yikes. Do you remember single-use... By the way, this is just like reminded me, single-use jeans. Heidi Montag.
We talked about that on here.
Yeah, Heidi Montag had this other... climate
that was
about, like, I guess it was about like the climate impact of denim.
I thought it had to do with like
or was it about
the shipping or something like that? Yeah, there was single-use denim.
This just shows, like, it's never the message that sticks with people. It's always the stunt that sticks with people. Like, already, I'm sure, tons of people forgot what the meaning of the soup on the Van Gogh painting was. Mm-hmm. They just remember that you threw soup on a Van Gogh painting and looked like an idiot while doing it. They don't remember what you were saying while doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, where is the meaning in all of this besides just vying for attention in the media?
Do you think a lot of them...
For yourself, not for an issue.
Like, when the kids... Like, the part about it that always feels very, like, manipulative to me is they're always... it always feels like an abuse of kids. Like, because it's always kids that they get to do the most activism and the most damage.
Those two kids looked like kids, but I'm sure they were young adults.
Yeah, but okay... young adults then. It feels like people that are disenfranchised in their early 20s, and these actors sit there, they've already made their money. They've reached an income bracket where they're not going to be the ones that suffer from any type of regulation that goes into effect anyways.
Or theoretically, if we were in a climate crisis that was imminently about to destroy the world and supply chains were about to shut down for it, then these rich celebrities would be the last to be affected by it. And in fact, they would resist that to the very last moment because they have unlimited resources. Likely, a lot of them have bunkers in middle America. I know Post Malone does, but think about the amount of celebrities who have these doomsday prepper, like, plantations, basically, that aren't telling the media about it. I'm sure a lot of them are prepared for the worst case scenarios, but they'll fearmonger about it in the media in a disingenuous way to bring attention to themselves and self-aggrandize.
There was a great episode of the show Elementary where they find this guy who's running a con where he's selling, like, fake bunkers. Like he builds this massive bunker underground, and then he's, like, selling space in the bunker. So people, like, when the world comes to an end, basically, like, it's this massive facility, and he's selling it to, like, paranoid rich people, and they find out that it's not real, that all, like, most of the supplies in there are fake and whatnot. So.
And that's what all, like, cryogenic freezing grifts
are. Oh, yeah. Like, Ted Williams' head is still somewhere, I'm sure. Like,
and Walt Disney, do you believe that conspiracy theory?
Right next to Walt Disney. He's hanging out there so that we can bring Walt Disney back. So,
yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.